I'm with Assemblyman Williams. You're back in Santa Barbara. Of course, up to some good. You're here supporting the young people. Tell me why you're here.
Well, first of all, I just think it's really important to support efforts to engage young people in activities that are healthy, keep them active, and keep them out of trouble. Childhood obesity is at an all-time high. Youth crime has come up, but there are people fighting that, and they're fighting it one kid at a time, one heart at a time, and offering something that's fun and challenging is exactly what young people need. And I just figure if there's any help I can give by supporting them, I want to give that help.
We're always hearing the news about the kids that are in gangs that are doing the wrong thing. We never hear about these kids that are doing the right thing. Isn't it very important to support these kids?
Absolutely. We have literally thousands of teenagers in Santa Barbara, and probably only about 100 that are causing bad trouble. So we should probably dwell on the needs of those thousands of kids that are trying to do the right thing and trying to find their own way in this world, and not just the 100 that are causing trouble and for the rest of the community.
Of course, as a city council member, you supported the kids. Now you're in Sacramento. Is there any plans that you have that you'll be doing or programs that you want to help support the young people?
Absolutely. I mean, it's really important for people to be thinking about the special election coming up in May or June, because a lot of the monetary sources at stake are exactly what's used by probation and other departments to try to reduce recidivism, reduce the number of young people that are recommitting crimes. Mm-hmm. And if that funding goes away, then our community is going to be hurt by that. So there's also a lot that people can do. They can help with nonprofits, but they can also make sure that we vote to reauthorize this revenue in the special election in May or June.
And what is that amendment? Do we have it in the works yet?
It's basically going to just be to keep tax rates at the same rate they were last year. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And so we don't need to increase them, we just need to keep them the same rate that they are last year, and we'd be able to balance the state budget with that, mm-hmm. and the budget that's proposed by the governor.
Funding is crucial when it comes to young people in terms of supporting the programs. How is that going right now in terms of the budget cutting right now in Sacramento? Is that a high priority?
You know, it's very, very hard, especially most of these programs are funded at a local level. Cities get involved, but let's face it, they're facing budget challenges of their own. And so it's really important that you help your local leaders prioritize youth programs, because frankly, when in tough budget times, youth programs are often one of those things that are cut. And we need to protect those youth programs if we're going to prevent crime and if we're going to ensure our young people have a future.
Of course, you have a new challenge in Sacramento. How is that for you, being in a bigger league?
Well, it's a strange feeling, but I think about Santa Barbara every day. I'm up there, and I come back every week to try to meet with local constituents and to help efforts like this.
Yeah, it's good to see you in town. It's good to see a local assemblyman here with the young people, supporting them. What could you say to some of the local officials here in terms of them supporting the young people here, in terms of budget, funding, and stuff like that?
Well, I just know that it's difficult, and we're not going to be able to fund everything at a state level, but that we need to carve out some of that preventative dollars. That youth programs help prevent us having to expend funds in the future, and it's good for our pocketbook, and it's good for our kids' future to invest in those youth programs.
So you say if you invest in the kids now, later on you wouldn't have to spend that kind of money on other programs.
Now let's think about it like this. It costs about $225,000 per year per kid in the California Youth Authority. The entire program for all our youth programs that we expanded in the city is only about 50 grand worth of expenditures. So, and that's literally serving, hundreds and hundreds of kids. So let's make that investment for the price of one prisoner in the youth authority, the city can continue its youth programming into the future for several years. So let's protect that.
Yes. Well, it's nice to see you here back in town. We really appreciate your support as a city council member, and we're looking forward to good things happening in Sacramento for you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Well, Julie, your name always comes up when we talk about dance. Here you are.
Well, with many of the arts too, yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You show up here and we hear you have been a mentor to these kids. How did that happen?
Well, it started when Jackie was working with the teen dance concert with Santa Barbara Dance Alliance when I was executive director for them. And she went out to Devereaux. And as she said, her music stopped midway through. They started it again, it stopped, and they were ready to go, and everybody said, absolutely not. Jackie says, no way, we're not leaving. And they started to teach dance to the Devereaux kids, and then the Devereaux kids started going, well, can you do this, can you do that, you know, and this was when Jackie was about 13.
Wow.
And this was a wonderful time for her because she was coming out of that me and getting into, hey, I made a difference, I made something happen, this is a change, I'm capable of doing that. And so she told me, I have this vision, I want to do this. She says, but I'm too young, so I'm going to have to get older kids to teach, and I'm going to have to do this and that. And I said, well, let's talk about it. And we sat and talked about it, and almost every night at 10 o'clock, Jackie would call and we would go over another issue and talk about insurance. You need to get insurance, Jackie. Why do I need insurance? Doesn't the Boys and Girls Club have insurance? Jackie, you know that gorgeous house your mom and dad have? Oh, okay. And she always managed to take it one better. She always managed to move it on further. And this is an amazing talent. I wish to God there were millions of Jackies in this world. And as Babatunde was saying, when we don't give them the alternatives, don't give them the experience, don't give them the guidance and the mentorship, it doesn't happen. And so there, and just look at all the wonderful kids she has here who are really making a difference and getting skilled in writing grants and doing budgets and finance and you know, they'll call for advice every once in a while. This is great. I love working with them. It's very inspiring.
So she is the real role model that inspire other people.
Absolutely.
And here you come inspiring her to continue to use the arts.
Yeah, but she inspired me to inspire her.
I like that.
And that's what's called mentorship.
Yeah.
And she was the impetus for my starting this new nonprofit, Art Without Limits, because I realized after I left Dance Alliance that I don't stand still, you know, I got to keep doing, and I'm very much in favor of what can you do for the community.
Well, it's nice to see you out here. I know you're an advocate for kids.
Yes, I am.
You have supported kids in this community.
Yes.
In the city council.
Yep.
You've helped with funding. How is the funding doing, by the way?
For our Parks and Recreation Department, it's been really, really tough over the past couple of years. And we keep having programs after school for kids that are just really pretty incredible opportunities for them. But this program right here, Everybody Dance Now, this is not a city-funded project, really. I mean, this is a project that is funded by individuals and organizations that have pooled their resources to make it possible. And it really goes to the leadership of Everybody Dance Now. You met Jackie Rotman?
Yes, I met
Yeah,
Jackie.
oh my goodness, what a powerhouse she is.
Yes, she is. Sure.